You have entered a new dimension of imagination, where you control light itself, where man and machine are one and idea is reality. You have entered the Laser Lab. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on earth when it comes to lasers.
Absolutely, especially on Wednesdays.
Especially right before Halloween.
That too.
So, what are you, Tim?
I am Tim the Enchanter.
What's that?
Well, just in case anybody needs a refresher, it's from Monty Python, Search for the Holy Grail.
Oh.
What manner of man are you that can summon up fire without flint or tinder?
This movie. That guy.
I'm an enchanter.
John Cleese, my favorite.
He's a legend.
He is.
By what name are you known?
Awesome
There are
spiel
some
on
who call me
He does.
Tim.
Greetings, Tim the Enchanter.
Greetings, King Arthur.
So yeah, that's what it's
So
from.
that's who you are.
That's who I am.
I was going to say, there's a lot of jokes that I want to make from your horns on your head.
Well, let's be adults about this.
All right, so you guys can leave them in the comments below. Because I'm not allowed to say it, but you guys can say anything you want.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
fine.
Exactly.
So today, upon request, we're going to talk about pro rotary systems for your laser
Oh, boy.
on this special Halloween edition of the show. So we're going to talk pro rotaries. Then we're going to jump into the software officially for the first time ever. It's pretty exciting.
As its own full-fledged segment.
Yeah, it's come to life. Finally, it is one. And then we're going to talk. What are we going to talk about?
We got weekend builds.
Oh, we have weekend builds as well.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's going to be a relatively quick show.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So let's show how to set up a rotary.
All right.
Can we talk about, like...
Yeah, we'll talk over it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So here we go. We got,
So I like to line it up against that wall and then lower it.
yeah, make it nice and perpendicular.
Square. Then you plug in the rotary for your other, that replaces the motor.
Right. You got your tumbler in there.
Your tumbler, make your adjustments. You want to make sure that it's nice and level.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the top of the cup is nice and level, whatever you're engraving on. You want it to
Yeah. That's not perfectly flat. It's actually smaller at the bottom, so I kind of raised that so it's even with the top.
Yeah, so the bottom's probably going to be a little skewed, but as long as the top is nice and even, it'll be good. Oh, right. Yeah.
So there you have it. That's how you set up essentially your pro rotary. It's fairly straightforward, really.
Yeah.
You plug and play.
Plug and play. Yeah.
Legit. Now, how do I set up the rotary in the software?
That's a good question. Maybe we should jump into the software.
I think we should. Best intro to any segment ever, I might add.
I had fun working on that all week.
All week. It
All
took him
week.
all week. My goodness, that's totally worth it. That
Well,
1
2
minute.
days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Any other man, it would take a week.
It'd probably turn out a lot better too.
No, impossible. That is the best. So now that we're in the software, let's go ahead and set up our rotary job. I have my file. I'm going to drag and drop in there. The software, you can drag and drop any file format, but it does prefer PDFs as that is its native format.
Yeah, especially if you're doing any vector data.
Especially. So you just wait. Our laser's kind of 3 rooms away. So there we
Yes.
go. We're going to zoom out. Michaela made this file extra huge for extra resolution. Just kidding, it's a vector file, so it's good either way. We're going to go here in the Layers tab. We don't need the vector data. We're going to engrave this on a cup. So we're going to go ahead and let's just delete it. We could visually turn it off, but
Yeah,
let's
you can
just
turn it
delete
off, but you can also just straight up delete it.
I'm going to scale it to fit my cup. Now, to scale it to fit your cup, you just measure, measure your cup.
Yep,
If
it's
you
a
want
one-to-one measurement.
It's fairly straightforward. Here's where it gets a little different from other setups on jobs. Let's say that is the size we want. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on here. Zoom out just a bit. And I'm going to turn this 90 degrees. Now that makes sense, right? Because the cup is sitting 90 degrees from vertical.
Right.
Alrighty. As long as it makes sense for Tim, it will make sense for you. Then we're going to go into our settings.
This is where the magic happens.
Yes. Make sure you do this. Go to your Rotary and enable the Rotary. That's how you're going to do this without any sort of scaling issues. So enable the Rotary.
Now, are they going to need to restart their machine to do this?
Yes, you're gonna want to turn it off. Make sure it's turned off, then plug
While
in the
you're plugging
Rotary.
it in.
Then you can boot it up and set this. That's fine. So we'll save changes. And now all we have to do is run the perimeter, make sure it fits on the cup, and select our power settings. So for an engraving, our power settings are on the right. Typically for a cup, like a tumbler, getting rid of that powder coat, I like to do 500 DPI. So I'll do 500 DPI. On a Pro, I like to blast it away 100% power and 100% speed.
Yeah.
If you see that the edges are kind of getting washed away because you have fine detail engravings, then lower the power.
It's metal is something that you don't have to worry about going through.
Yeah, metal's
With
not
the
going to be
CO2
affected by your CO2 laser. Now, sometimes I've seen too much power where it kind of cakes on like the debris a little bit, but you can always remove that with oven cleaner.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and hit play. Yep. We'll just hit play and then watch it run.
All right.
This is what would happen if we hit play.
Yep, we got the perimeter running first, and then it's going to go really, really fast. Now, this is sped up. I think I sped it up about 10 times the original speed.
You don't have to worry too much with the focus. You can see that the cup is dipped down a bit in the center. With the CO2 laser and the default lens, you actually have about a 1/4 of an inch up and down, so that's an 1/8 of an inch up, 1/8 of an inch down from focal length to be in focus. There's Michaela setting down her new cup. Beautifully.
Lovely.
So guys, that's how you set up your Rotary. Your Pro Rotary, that's how you set up the software. I hope you've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And
Pretty.
until next time, keep making.
Keep making.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we're not done yet.
No, we'll just make that its own video. Alrighty. So, I say alrighty a lot. Now we're going to talk weekend builds, yeah?
Indeed.
So on the weekend, I take my slingshot and I'm slowly turning it into the Batmobile because I give in to peer pressure. Because everybody has a slingshot, they turn it into the Batmobile.
Right. Well, first off, I have to do this.
Oh,
Because I never get tired of it. Because it makes me laugh. Here we go. Okay.
second best intro. So, back to Batmobile. I'm making my own Batmobile, why not? And I decided to make a little placard you see on the side of Humvees. Kind of gives like designation to, like weights, that kind of thing. What's it even called? Like a placard?
Sure.
So I made one of those. So instead of a Hummer, it's for the
Batman.
Batmobile.
Here we go.
Let's take a look at it.
Look how clean that is.
So clean, so fast.
See, now I think it's a dead giveaway. If you're Batman, you don't want it to say Wayne Enterprises right on the thing, so everyone's gonna know.
Tim, I don't need your smartness, okay?
I'm just saying, man.
What I wanted was it's like Batman stole this prototype from his own company, and that's how the Batmobile came to be.
Uh-huh.
So that was my idea behind it.
Right.
He doesn't plan on crashing it, so evidence is left behind. And you already know if it does crash, it's going to explode.
Okay.
Like, it's got safety features for explosions built into it.
So then, like, why does he even need the placard, is what I'm saying.
It came on.
Okay, all right.
It came on there through his facility.
All right. So I have something as well. I was playing around with some duck cloth, and I made this.
A map of his hometown.
A map of my hometown, Middle Earth.
That is awesome.
I'm from the Shire, right here. So it's kind of neat. It could. The one thing about doing fabric is it likes to bow out, and it's not a flat material very easily. So you definitely want to make sure that it's flat when you're engraving, because it's got a little bit of a detail issue. But kind of a neat little.
How would you do it better
concept.
next time, Tim?
I would make sure to flatten out the material first and foremost. Maybe like just stretch it with something for a period of time to get it flat, and then just make sure. I probably run it. I think I ran this at 250 DPI just as kind of a test. So I probably upped the DPI and
Did fairly well.
yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I'd also probably use a different file because I just grabbed an image as best I could and messed with it on the
Cheater.
Well, as I said, it was a proof of concept, but it's kind of nice. I got a nice little map of Middle Earth, so if I need to destroy the One Ring, and just, I don't even, yeah, okay, yeah, there's Mordor right there. I don't see
Somebody
Mount
knows
Doom.
what you're talking about.
I don't see Mount Doom anywhere, whatever. So yeah, I made that.
That's exciting, Tim.
Hey, I like Lord of the Rings. I like fantasy
No
things,
way.
if anyone
No.
right?
There's no way. Do we have any people on Facebook?
Any comments?
Yeah, Hayes was asking if you need to turn off the machine before you disconnect the cord for the rotary.
Yes, please turn off the machine, disconnect the rotary, connect it, and then power back on when it comes to using your rotary attachment. Any other questions?
Another from Kurt Deemer.
What's up, Kurt?
Asking when I use my rotary, should I home after I move the laser over the piece that I'm working on?
Should you home it? So what I do is I unlock everything, and then you'll notice that if you just bring it over your piece, lock it back up, it won't try to home. It's in rotary mode. So things work a little bit differently. You'll also notice that your camera isn't useful in that situation.
Right.
Also, speaking of cameras, some people whom have issues with the camera when they first get their machine, if it's not functioning properly, just try to take the lens cap off first.
Pro tip.
Pro tip there.
You'd be
So-
surprised, but we've had
Yeah.
a few issues with that.
So anybody, nobody specifically that I'm talking about, but if you do have an issue with your camera and it's saying, error, this and that, and you just got the machine and it just started functioning, just double check that lens cap cover. That's usually the case. Tim does it all the time when he tries to take video.
Literally all the time.
It's and then he blames the camera.
Yep.
So I just want to get that out.
This live show was almost just a black screen the whole time because
Yeah.
the lens cap was still on.
You did a good job this time, though.
Well, thanks.
I appreciate it. Any more expert questions from Facebook? Just want to say hi to Joy. Hi to Joy. We just saw John and Jeanette.
Yep, they came to the office.
Apparently, they live around the corner from Joy.
That's what they told. Yeah, that's what they told us.
Yeah, she's been stalking you for a while. And Fred Jones says, don't fall to pressure. I'm guessing peer pressure. No, that's bad, kids. That is bad. So if you guys have any questions, comments, and concerns for the next show, let us know. Put it in the comment section and we will get to it.
Absolutely.
Any questions, any concern, anything.
Oh, I have a. Do we want to run that ad?
Yeah, let's run the ad. Let's check it out.
This guy right here.
The MuseCore Frightful Flash Sale. It's to die for.
So this is just running through Halloween, correct?
Yep, it will be done as soon as the ghosts and ghouls go back home.
Alright, so through tomorrow. If you guys are looking to get a laser, now's the time.
Yes. I can't think of any more puns.
Yeah, you got me.
It's, I don't know. Alrighty. So I think until next time, my humble friends, have a safe Halloween. And what else, Tim?
I think you should keep making.
There we go.
Hey there guys, thanks for watching. If you click here, you can subscribe to our channel, or if you click over this way, you can check out some other videos that we've...